Hi, it's Kurt again. And in this lesson, we're actually going to get to the really cool part of putting SCORM inside your WordPress website, and that is optimizing the presentation for your students or for your learners or members. So what I'm going to do is jump directly into a screen share here and show you on our demo site where we've been able to actually put in a couple of different examples for you. So we have a SCORM course lesson example. In this particular course, what I've chosen to do is use the lesson format to show the different ways of embedding SCORM into your website. So if we go directly down to the lessons, you'll see I have one example that is a Lightbox lesson example. Now, typically, most SCORM websites are going to use this text link here that says launch. And when you select launch, it's going to bring up that Lightbox. And that Lightbox is that smaller window where the rest of the page goes dark and the student can focus on the learning material in front of them. Now, if I close this Lightbox and I go back to our original course page, I can go back and take another look at using the Lightbox. But in this situation, we're using the power of WordPress and LifterLMS to be able to fully customize the button that launches the SCORM package. So if your corporate branding or anything like that is important to you, this is that space where you would be able to customize that experience. And again, if somebody clicks on this, it's going to open up that Lightbox. Now, something to pay attention here. In a lot of customized SCORM type websites, you can add SCORM material to your course page, but you don't really have any control over what surrounds your SCORM content. What I want to show you right here really quickly is if I go in here and I click edit lesson, you're going to see that I have this note right here. If I put note in this example, you can see that your choice of button is completely customizable. Now I can add whatever I want inside this edit page. So if I add a new block here and I say want to put in an image, I'm going to select an image from the media library, and it's going to be of that SCORM thumbnail that we've got. And I'm going to go ahead and update this. There we go. Making sure I was sharing the right tab in the lesson. All right, so now we've got that updated, and I want to go ahead and I want to preview that page. I'm going to say share this tab, and you'll see Lightbox with the button. Here's the same thing. Here's the same note that I had put in, but now we've added that picture. And then of course we can push that button and activate that Lightbox. Now you can put anything you want around your SCORM material. If you wanted to put in instructional videos above the SCORM material, or extra directions or quotes or links to other resources, you can completely do that in any of the course or lesson pages or any of the pages inside your WordPress site for that matter. Now, let's take a look at embedding the lesson. So if we click here and we go to the embedded lesson example, we're going to see that what was in that Lightbox is now embedded directly into the page. Now, there's a couple of use cases where this is handy. If I embed the material into the page and the rest of the page doesn't get blacked out because of the Lightbox, then things that I choose to put over in my sidebar are still visible. So if I'm in an enterprise training situation and I want to have like memos or messages go out to my students en masse, I could put that into the sidebar here and then know that my students are seeing those because they're not blocked out by the Lightbox. So that's just one example of where I'd want to embed a lesson. Now, think about things from a different perspective. Some of our legacy material, legacy content based in SCORM, is going to show up really well in a Lightbox. Like it was designed and built and instructional designed to fit inside that Lightbox. But what if you wanted to show multiple SCORM examples in one page? See, most SCORM websites are designed to show one SCORM package per displayed page. And so with WordPress, you have the freedom and the ability to put multiple lessons, modules, chapters, whatever you call your SCORM packages, into one page. So in this example, here's the first SCORM package. We page down, we've got a section heading. And then after that section, I've got more SCORM packages. And then I've got another section heading. and another SCORM package, right? So I can put multiple SCORM packages into one page. In fact, I'll use the navigation to go to the next one just to show you the different ways to navigate in the site. This next lesson is actually my favorite. You see, when I first came up using Articulate 360 and building things to show up in Lightboxes, I was used to working within that smaller space. But once I moved over to WordPress and a more modern interface for my students, I realized it's a much more immersive experience to have a full screen experience. And so one of the settings that you can choose when putting SCORM content into your website is to have a full page display. So I just clicked launch. It opened up a new tab and it's showing us this SCORM package as a whole page. It's fully immersive. And as you know, when you create SCORM content, you have the ability to put other interactive elements inside your course. You could have match the picture. You could have match game. You could have connect the dots. You could have, play this video inside the screen. There are all kinds of options that you can have. And if the real estate that you're working with is bigger than a Lightbox, well, now you've got a whole lot more options to play with. So let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen right now. And I'm going to get ready to share how we put these into our page settings. Here we go. So here we are on our SCORM demo website. And this is right from the front page. Okay. What we want to do is we want to go into the admin menu and we want to go to dashboard. And remember, we have that XAPI content menu where we add all of our XPI content. So I'm going to select add new just so I can kind of walk you through this real quick. So in here, it's like a blog post. I can put the title that I want, but if I upload a package, it's going to assume the title from the SCORM package. So let me pick my SCORM package first. So let me go to my LifterLMS folder, my SCORM folder. For this example, I think we will take this medical example. So here we see it took the title Employee Health and Wellness Sample Course. It gave us a short code. This short code I could put anywhere on my website and I'd be able to see this content. Okay, so that's one way to put the content in, but I'm going to show you a simpler way just using the block editor. So we can use a short code for anything. Okay, we've got the title, we've got the course content, we've got an activity ID, which is automatically generated by uploading the package. And here come the features. Do we want to show it in the page? Do we want to have it open in a new window? Do we want to have it open in the same window? Do we want to have it open in a Lightbox? So we can choose any which way that we want that to show up. Not only that, but here we can see text link or button image. So now we have the choice of, do we want the standard text link or do we want to upload our own custom button image, which we would do right here by hitting the select button and choosing the picture that we want to use as a button. Okay. The other thing that we do is we check to show the content on this page because we want to make sure that it shows up. So we've got Lightbox coming up in this page. And one very important thing I want to show you, and I know that this lesson's a little bit longer, but I want to show this to you, and that is how to override the global settings. In one of the earlier lessons, I showed you when you're setting up your grass blade, you have those grass blade settings for display, but you have the ability to override those settings and change those settings per instance of SCORM within your website. That's one of the things I really love about using SCORM in WordPress powered by LifterLMS. WordPress is open sourced. Everything in my website, I take ownership of, and I have the freedom and flexibility to adjust the presentation as required. So I might have legacy content that gets displayed at this rate, but I might have more modern content that I've made that gets displayed in a larger format. And you can change all that right here by changing your override global settings. Okay. Then we update. Once we hit update, it's going to go ahead and publish. So we will publish this. Publishes on the right side. And now you'll notice I have View X API content here. I have View X API content temporarily at the bottom left, or I can preview the screen right here. So let me stop the share there. I know this was a little bit longer of a lesson, but I wanted to make sure you understood where to load the SCORM packages, how to display the SCORM packages, what the output of the SCORM packages would look like. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.